button when you ready. Oh, see, that's terrible. You see how they try to get you?
What's up, angels? It's the West Coast Bells, and we back with an episode, another review of P Valley, season 1, episode 6, Legacy. I'm Misha,
And I'm Ty.
and if you haven't, please like and subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.
Please.
All right, so the scene opens up with Mercedes and Autumn, and they are getting money. Okay, they are walking in and out of telex with looks. Okay, and I do have to say, which was your favorite look?
You know what? Mercedes can really pull off almost any look, and so can Autumn. But when they were walking in with those dresses on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, and when I loved it when Autumn had the afro and the all
oh
black.
yes,
Something about
yes,
them the afro, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, yes,
yes. Work.
looks, yes, yes." So then, after they go through all of that, I guess Perica, which is Mercedes' daughter, she's been ignoring her text messages. So Mercedes shows up to her tennis lessons, and she
Right.
is missing all the balls. She is missing all the balls. Okay, she
She
can't hit a ball. Okay,
girl, she didn't hit one girl.
I'm just saying. And so she goes over to the gate and she talks to her mom, Mercedes, and she has a little bit of resentment. Like you can tell, Mercedes was like, "I'm gonna get you back into the dance class. Cheryl should let you back into, or Cheryl should let you back into the dance class." And she was like, or she said, "You love to dance," and she said, "I never wanted to dance. I just wanted to be around you."
She
So
said that. Yes, she did.
you know,
Yes, she did.
I saw, and Cheryl is not having it. She's the widow of Mercedes' brother. So
Right.
Mercedes,
No, not Mercedes' brother. Mercedes' baby
Mercedes
daddy.
baby daddy. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
Mercedes baby daddy. Yeah,
Yeah. So the plot kind of
yeah,
thickens.
yeah,
Basically, it
yeah,
seems like she had a baby with the married man, and the married man took the baby, and
yeah.
he died or passed away
Yes.
somehow.
And it's
And
baby,
the stepmama
it's
is
the stepmom.
raising the baby.
Yes, and so the stepmom. I'm not gonna say she's a better woman, but she's in a
A better position.
a more stable position in life,
Okay.
and she doesn't want Mercedes to ruin that for Terica. So I can understand that. But anyway, that is something that I'm sure will, I believe that's going to turn out positively for Mercedes because she's on the right path. She has the right mind frame. Her mom just been doing her wrong. So she was almost there and she'll get there again. But anyway,
Right.
Mercedes, Mississippi, quicker letter, quicker letter, I, up back. All right. Her.
Yeah. That's my
She,
chick.
oh, I forgot. Down in the valley where the young girls shake it. Where the girls get naked.
Get naked. If you throwing dancing, you know they go shake it. Hey.
So next up, Mississippi meets up with Lil Murda. They look like they in front of some type of neighborhood corner store, or whatever. And
Right.
um, she spit that game to him like, bitches gotta want to fuck you and niggas gotta want to be you. Period. Okay. And
That's been a long standing consensus.
yeah, but her bruises make me pray that she does not
Did
let.
you see me sink in my chair?
Yeah, like it made me pray that she don't let that man kill her. I pray that that is not applied. Please, P
I
Valley,
hope that's
do
not in
not
her
go
story.
there. Do not
Stars don't do that.
let us lose Mississippi.
Any of the girls, any of the
Any
girls,
of the girls, any of the girls,
any of the girls,
any
not
of the
like that.
girls,
Not like that,
please,
Lord. Not like that.
not like that, G. So, okay. So she spit that game to him. Bitches wanna fuck you, and niggas gotta wanna be you. And he kind of asked her about her bruises. She like black girls don't bruise. He like yes they do. And so
Who?
you know he ended up agreeing to taking some selfies and let's get this money. Let's ride this wave.
Yeah.
You
He
know
gonna do it for the cloud. Yeah.
yeah, because what blew up is my dancing and your song. So let's keep getting it like that. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was
And she
beautiful.
very smart. I mean, it's what everybody else does.
It makes perfect sense. Next, Loretta Devine,
Oh,
ah, aka Grandmama. She in the living room cutting the rug. What was the song
ah,
you were listening to?
I loved it. I loved
You
every
talking
minute
about
of it.
Johnny Taylor feel,
Yes, they brought Loretta
Johnny
Divine in.
Watson
I was
feel.
like,
Yes,
yes. And she the grandmama. Come
yes,
on.
and
And she the damn grandmama. She not the Bible thumbing grandmama. She the one that give it to you real and tell you what they
yes,
used to do.
yes, and
They
Uncle
started this gangster shit.
and it's
I love P Valley because I love these discussions.
yes,
I do.
Uncle Clifford is in the bedroom while Grandma out there cutting the rug. He curled up like a fetus in the bed, getting text from Little Murda. Talking about, we gonna take you out. I mean, like you said, let me take you out. Yeah, let me take you out. Yeah. And so, it fast forwards or whatever, and Uncle Clifford goes out in the living room. With Grandma is blind, and she is turned up. She's smoking weed. He
Yeah.
said, they end up in the conversation, and he say, the paint going on the auction block. She said, why? And he go over to a stack of mail like, this is why, this is why, this is why. It's a first mortgage, second mortgage, payday loans, all kind of other stuff taken out on the bank. And
Yes.
mama say, I might have signed some things and I didn't see that the numbers wasn't right. But you signed some things you shouldn't have signed to.
I
And,
know, right?
and he was like, I wanted a champagne room, not no Zinfandel room. And I could get that. Like, if he was just getting money to make the business better, then that makes perfect sense. It
Yeah.
it makes perfect sense. So he ended up saying to her, I think you need to get on your knees and talk to your God and ask him for a real favor. And child, she said something I ain't never heard before. She said, God don't want his dick sucked by me. I got all my teeth.
Oh, yes, she did. Clutching my pearls, honey. Where's my pearls? Where mama pearls? Where mama pearls at?
I cannot believe that she said that, but
I couldn't believe it.
that kept me watching, okay, because she said something is gonna happen, and she said I can see it. So
Didn't she? I
yeah,
love that. And you know what? She's such a wonderful or a divine actress. No
yes,
pun intended.
yes,
That I
she
love
can
seeing her in
play any
every
role.
role that she has ever played.
Yes, give
Ooh,
it a time to Loretta. Okay.
yes. Give it up.
Big L then visits with the Candyman, and he convinced him to let him, hold the stash for him. Just you can trust me. You can trust me. We done done this before. I need money. And I don't know if you done heard about the Pank, but it's going down. And he said he heard something about it, and he agreed. He said, "I'll pay you 5K for the first show." He said, "I got to know where it's gonna be, and they,
But did you see what was going on in his room?
yes,
It was a real sexy drug dealing
it
atmosphere,
was
actually.
it
One that
was
I could never be at. I'd be so
yeah,
nervous.
it was like a low budget New Jack City.
Nino Brown situation type of thing. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah, but then next up, Uncle Clifford is getting his nails done, honey. And I just wanted to know who be doing that slave, who be slaying
Ooh, somebody slept knocking them nails down.
that. Yes. And while he's getting his nails done, it turns out an ex-employee from the bank walks in, Eloise, okay? And
Ooh.
yes, and when
And who was Eloise again?
Eloise is a former employee
Yes.
from the
But
bank.
who else is she? The mayor's secretary.
The
She
mayor's
worked for the
secretary.
mayor.
Yes,
She worked
she
for
was
Mayor
the mayor.
Lydell Ruffin, Tydell Ruffin.
Yes, and you know what? You skip, okay, but it's okay.
I'm sorry.
Go on with your
Did I
commentary.
take over?
And Eloise walks in, and and the lady say, "Pick you color." You know how you walk in to Vietnamese, and they be like, "A manicure, pedicure." Okay, pick you
Well,
color.
don't you do that. Don't you do that.
That's what they do.
Shine bright like diamond.
Yeah.
I make it shine bright like diamond, honey.
Yes. A
And
manicure.
before you know it, you'd have paid $95 for a full set.
Yes, yes. So
Not me, not no
it
more.
turned out that
It's been
Eloise
15 years.
works in the mayor's office, and Uncle Clifford says, they have a little back and forth, and he says, if you got any tea, you need to spill it on me for real. And he said, you was the first hoe to graduate from the paint. Make sure you ain't the last. Make sure you ain't the last, okay? And so moving on, Autumn and Mercedes are getting close. Autumn is in the diner giving up the game. She like, you know what? You shouldn't have put your money down to the church fund. What you should have did was put your money in the Bitcoin. Mercedes like Bitcoin.
Right.
She say no Bitcoin. Once you change the currency for your money, you can transfer it as many times as you want to.
Yes. And then she also gave her the other game, like she said you need to get an investor and
Yes, spread the risk.
minimize the risk.
Yes,
Minimize the risk.
yes,
And she was like, and then minimize what then she was like, minimize my profit too. No. So they're both pretty smart, but you can
yes,
tell that Autumn has an advanced level
yes,
of game when it comes to finance. Like I said a
absolutely.
few episodes ago,
Yes,
we're gonna figure out where she comes from, but she's got some sort of background in finance, banking, or something.
yes, but while she giving up the game, Andre walks in and they make eyes, okay, like
Yeah.
what? So they make eyes like that, and and they don't say no words to each other, and he ends up paying for their tab. So the lady comes over, the waitress comes over and says, "Your tab is paid for." And Mercedes is like, "Okay, stay, you yell at me, you gonna finance it,
Light skin old.
yes, without even saying a word, honey."
Hmm.
So
Finessed him.
yes, next up though, Corbin and Andre are having a meeting. They're trying to get the contract signed for the land, for the casino. And it was interesting that what came out in this conversation was that the two Caucasian guys had kind of outcasted the half Caucasian and black guy because that was their stepbrother, and their father had cheated on their mom with
With the maid,
the maid, and bang,
but still included him in the will, though.
and still included him in the will. So they had to share everything, and they say, Um, the way Daddy did his real family, things come out during the conversation about signing the contract that it was just a little bit uncomfortable, to talk about. So, um, Andre is like, let's just get this thing signed, and Corbin is like, I can't sign it. And then what's the brother's name? The brother, the very
I
right.
done forgot. I would say, what was those two terrorist brothers' name?
the Menendez brother.
I'm just saying, Menendez. Yeah, the ones that killed their parents.
Yeah, so yeah,
Yes.
those that it was kind of
So,
along those lines.
yeah.
He took the very rifle that Andre was admiring in the beginning, and they had it was a conversation piece. He took it and he pointed it at his own brother, and was like,
The half brother, not the whole brother.
the brother, not the whole
The
brother.
or should I
The
say,
one with
because I don't
the
believe in
black
half
hair,
siblings, should I
the
say the
black
black
hair.
brother?
Mhm.
Yes.
So once he did that, Corbin ends up signing, but we'll learn a little bit later
Oh,
that
he pulled the gun on Andre too.
yeah, he did, and that's what made
That's what made
Corbin
Corbin
sign.
time.
Yeah. So you can sense that division because they had because of what happened with their dad or whatever, and I've seen that a lot before. Like
I
where
see it more so with people that don't have the same mother. Because typically when you have the same mother, you
yeah,
usually grow up in the same
right,
house.
right, exactly.
You
So,
know.
Andre or Corbin, it looks as if Corbin signs. That's how it
Okay.
looks.
That's how it looks, but he could have signed Daffy Duck for all we know.
Yeah. So, um, Uncle Clifford then takes Little Murda to meet Grandma, right? And Grandma gives a story about about Pussy Valley and how it was more packed than hell
Ooh,
at one time.
you better go ahead on, Grandma.
She sure did.
You
And
better give it. Give it here, Granny.
they see pics of a young Uncle Clifford, and young Uncle Clifford, honey, he there staging, honey. He
So look, we got some comments real quick. Sikatakia 8 minutes ago was like, what in the hell is going on here? She must see the darling. We had to put on our Peep Valley hair and our Belle's hats. We had to get into it. Get
started
into it. Okay.
tugging bells here.
It's a West Coast Bells thing. Okay.
Yes,
Stripper wig, my stripper hair with my Belle's hat. Okay. That's all.
exactly.
So then she said Loretta had me laughing. She cool, love her role. Said he came out switch. She said he came out switching. That's right. He came out
Yes,
the room switching. I
yes,
know that's right,
yes.
Mama. She said the pimp secretary. Yeah,
Exactly.
Isaiah Washington, fine ass. And then LaShanta Brooks, LaShanta, our daughter, she said, quick. Okay, right. That's what I'm talking about. So look, oh, oh, you doing this one? My bad. I was about. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
uh,
turned into Beyonce. I'm sorry. It's about to take over the whole song.
so grandma say he came out the boom boom switching, and Lil Murder gets a text from DJ Never Scared, and he leaves, but not before leaving a bag of some of that kill, for grandma. He felt like
He bonded with Grandma.
yes, he bonded with grandma, and grandma was like, "Hey, I what
And
the?"
Uncle Clifford was paying attention to that too, as you could see. You could see, and I learned also. I want to say I learned that Her pronoun is actually she. Big L was calling her
Yes,
she.
she.
Yeah, so we're
Yeah,
gonna change it
yes.
to she and stop saying he's a
I
sex.
wanted to do that
It's a
too.
little different to say uncle and she,
Right.
but some of y'all got some uncle she's too. So whatever. Anyway,
So it's back to the club and Mississippi sees Autumn in Mercedes' locker. And she like, Mercedes ain't gonna like it that you taking her locker. And Autumn is like, just like she ain't gonna like it that you stole her place and her dance. And she said, but unlike her, I share my shit. And she showed her the heater. She showed her
she got the PP shooter out and was like,
and the
whenever you need a bitch, the
combination.
combination
Yes, honey.
36, 24, 36.
Exactly. So she
I love
left.
the sisterhood in that. There was so much sisterhood in that.
She left
You know, it was
Mississippi.
just a lot of love.
Exactly, and Mississippi was stunned because what she was used to is Mercedes' way of doing it, which is like, bitch, I'm that bitch and you're not, and that's the way
Right.
it's gonna be. So Mississippi wants the headline. Okay, she approaches Uncle Clifford and she said, "Listen, we can call it murder night." Because Uncle Clifford is like, don't get beside yourself. She's like, let's just call it murder night. He like, did little murder put you up to this? And she say, no, no. And he say, Heifer, you better not be trying to run me. And I get it, he like, don't be trying to hustle me because you can't pimp a pimp, okay? And
She is though, but she gonna do it though.
definitely is getting it in. And I really am here for her character right
All
now.
day. I
Doing
mean, it's her time. It's her moment. Everybody has their
absolutely.
moment. I don't hate
Yes,
on nobody's moment. I celebrate their moment.
I
So
am so here for
get it,
that.
ma.
Um, and at the end of it, even Uncle Clifford, he couldn't help but to be proud of it. It's like,
I taught her ass well.
taught her that. Yeah,
I
yes,
learned her ass well. Okay.
yes. Mercedes did more IDs from what's the name? What's the
Man, fine.
name?
Oh, girl. I told you this cast is really something. Mm. Where are my pearls?
Autumn
Where are
ends
my
up
pearls?
giving her the 10 stacks that she talked about, and then she asked to go to the bathroom. You know what? Before she did go to the bathroom, though, it was really cute that Mercedes was like, bitch, if I knew you was running stacks like this, I'd have been your girlfriend a long time with you.
Right.
I would have been so mean to you. Okay. You cute too.
We would have been cool, cool, okay?
Right.
Stacks, and you
So,
cute.
right. So Mercedes asked where the restroom is or I'm sorry, Autumn asked where the restroom is, and Mercedes tells her, but she turns the other way, opens the door, and she goes into a room that's a little girl's room. It takes her to another
Oh yeah.
place. And so she talks to Mercedes, and Mercedes walked right in with that country. She's like, bitch, I know you
I
live
know
this.
damn well you know this ain't the motherfucking bathroom.
Yeah, I know you slow, but you ain't blind.
You know
Right.
damn well this ain't the bathroom.
So she asked what's her name, she's Terica. They are really bonding,
Yeah.
they are getting into, you know, what's going on, and she asked her name and she says, what's yours? And she says, Autumn. She's not comfortable. It's funny how she really got to know Mercedes that she didn't give her name, but she didn't
Right.
know Andre, and she gave
Right.
him her name. That is really, really, really.
Real quick, Sika said, is he messing with Mississippi because he trying to come up or hide the fact that he on Unk? Okay, so I think it's a little bit of both. He's using her as a cover and as a beard, so to speak. And he
Because
it's
Mississippi knows, and she was like,
yeah.
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
he's trying to come up.
Yeah, she caught
And
it.
he's trying to come up. It's
Yeah,
definitely it's a check. It's a coin. They're definitely chasing the bag real quick, and it's gonna work. That side of it is definitely gonna work, but it's gonna get messy between Mississippi and Uncle Clifford. He gonna get mad at her, and trust and believe he's gonna do something to knock her down or put her in her place.
Yes.
Believe that because they're
You
messing with the
cannot be
same
messing with
man,
my man.
and you work for me when it comes down to it.
You
So
cannot
you
mess with my man.
don't you do it.
Exactly. And like I said, you think the person she's running from had something to do with her baby? And I do. I do. I really do.
The guy that she's running from, you talking about Autumn, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's that Montavious Hill guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. She lost her baby. They revealed that she lost her baby in the flood because she had that deep discussion with Mercedes when they were bonding, right? Like, this is getting too deep. It's making me feel some kind of way, like I'm connecting with the characters or something.
Absolutely.
I'm
Yes.
glad that it's on a break till August 30th because I don't need to be like
Oh my
having this
goodness. You
emotional
have to
shit going on.
regroup. Put some fun out there in the air. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So I just can't take it. So this is what they did. They showed them bonding and everything and talking about it. And she revealed that she had lost her daughter in the flood. And then also, if you remember, she was bruised a little bit. Like could see that she was running from something.
Mhm.
So she's literally been licking this fool pockets, like and $9,000 a while. She got to have every bit of about $500,000. No kidding. And she's
But
like, "This
I
is my
love
money."
that.
She
But I
like, "This is
love
my
that.
money."
That's right. But I love that during the conversation between her and Mercedes, Mercedes spilled it like, you know what? I've been working on this room for this long. I got the bed skirt from Dollar Tree. I was like, say it, girl, because
That's right.
she
Because
turned,
you build.
yes, she turned
You
it into
build.
a real fortress for a
Yes.
little girl, you know.
Yeah, beautiful. And she
And
says she's been decorating it for 7 years. So that means that she's probably been changing it every single year because her daughter's been growing up.
yes, and the
And
girl don't like
so,
purple no more, so she gonna have to change it again because her favorite
right,
color is green. She said she hate purple
exactly.
now. Okay,
So
so
she's gonna change it to green.
yeah,
So that shows you the internal thing that she's going through with not having her daughter with her. You
yes,
know,
and in there
um,
back and forth, Autumn choked back tears, telling Mercedes that you have to do everything in your power to get her back. Period.
right, right. She
You
was like,
have,
"Don't give up." Period.
yes,
That's your baby. She waiting on you, and because you still have her here, you owe it to yourself and to her to make sure that you have her.
right.
So.
And so the scene moves over to Little Murda in Mississippi, and they down in the studio. But
But before you go there, I have a quick question because there's a lot of mothers that allow their daughters and sons to have better lives because they do with someone else. Like say for instance, this girl is 14 years old now, 13 or 14 years old, and she has never lived with her mother. Would it be more traumatic and devastating for her mother to pull her from where she is? I almost feel like it would be safer for her to just allow her to stay where she is, but build their relationship. You know what I'm saying?
no, because the child will always have that
Resentment.
frame like you never came back and got me.
But she's going to resent her anyway. She's always going to resent her.
Is, but not like she will if she never come back and get her. She
Well, then
will
she's going to say, "You
always,
took me away from my friends. And we lived in a big house." And, I mean, kids
well,
always resent their parents for something.
well,
So,
what she's doing though right now is she's
look,
displaying.
Shanta said, yes, she's been in that situation.
Yes,
You know what
but
I'm saying?
the thing is that she's saying to her mom that she wants to come back and be with her.
Sika said, "I have a son that is not with me, so I completely understand." You see what I mean? There are mothers that have literally let their children live somewhere else because they couldn't do physically what that child needed, or even sometimes financially, which I doubt is the case with Kimataki, with Sika. Um, you know, it's sometimes you don't have the time or the knowledge to deal with what it is that your child needs at
Right.
that time. So every mother is different and every mother's situation is different, and that's why we never judge moms. We
Right.
never do, unless it's Mama Woodbine,
Now,
hump nose, Bible thumping, hoe ass. Mama Woodbine, we gonna read that bitch every time we get a chance. I don't give a damn what nobody say, because I don't like no self-righteous.
I
So
wish
now
I
if
had
you
no Dusty wig
get
I could put on upside down so I could really show you how the bitch look
good,
like.
give me a good old Suge Avery wig, and I swear ooh,
I'm telling you.
I put a little Suge Avery pee in his water next time.
It's the pull away. She is all that he knows.
Oh, look, okay, wait, you skipping some, okay? So we have Shanta says, I lived with my grandma for 17 years. And then she started laughing at us. We being silly. So then Sika said, "Oh, shoot, come on! It is the pull away. She is all he knows. Exactly, exactly. That's the thing. Like, how do you take a child away from the only stable thing that they've ever had in their entire lives at such a vulnerable age? You could equally damage them. It's almost better to have them have the resentment, but still continue to build your relationship, because they'll grow out of the resentment. Trauma is harder to heal. Resentment, everybody got some resentment they didn't have to heal from. I'm still healing from some of mine. For real. Now that I done grown up and I'm learning to be accountable, it's like, I don't care what y'all did. I know what type of life I want to have.
Right.
So, you know. But then, the church show. Yes, that's the only my mom gonna judge, and that's a fictional character, so I can read her ass whenever I get ready.
Right. Right.
Bible thumping, hump nose heifer. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm sorry.
So
This
what?
is you
What?
supposed to be driving, huh?
Girl, go
You
ahead
over there trying to fix that big hat, huh? You over there trying to fix that big old hat.
I need a pen.
You can take it off if you want to. Are you hot? Get this thing off me.
Damn me.
Wait,
Shoot.
wait. Misha,
Okay, so wait. Let me get through this thing. So
hey,
little
get to the thing.
in Mississippi, they are in the studio. They putting on for the gram, okay? And
Yes.
and you know what? I think I seen that green eye monster come out of his manager when he was like, manage something. Then I think
Yeah, yeah.
but just before that, Andre talks to the boss man, and he just tells him to get the deal done because Andre was like, I couldn't get the signatures. I could not get the signatures,
But he
and
was lying though.
yeah, and he could have been, yeah,
He
and
about to pull something real shady. I can feel it.
oh,
Everybody, everybody's character has another layer. Everybody's character has something else that they got going on, and that's what I really like about this show. That's what I'm saying.
yes, yes,
We're able to engage with everybody's storyline, because he finna do something real funky. Because you know how it is. Now I'm not talking about the country towns, right? But I'm gonna just go ahead and say what I gotta say. And anybody don't like it, don't have to look at me no more. Okay? When you go to certain places and there's a certain element there, it grimy. It's real grimy. It's crunch time. It's gutter, and everybody got to hustle. Everybody got something that they do, whether and it's not legal,
mhm,
And I'm not gonna say everybody, but the vast majority is it goes down like that in those real small poor towns, where there's nothing else. And it goes on in big cities like that too. I remember in LA, everybody had something that they did. Every house had something that they did on the block that wasn't legal.
right.
So, I mean, that's just what it was.
So after we see Lil Murda and Mississippi putting on for the gram again. They really, really making the most out of their little thing or whatever.
Yeah.
Andre has a conversation with his wife, and she kind of froze when he was like, I saved my company millions. So she starts to tell him, good now, you can do what you gotta do, come back home. He like, shit, Chuck Lisa is my home. I mean, I'm fighting for Chuck Lisa because it is my home.
Right.
And so she like, no, ATL is your home. Okay.
I can
And
agree with that.
yes, and then so she started to tell him,
Almost
baby,
with a love at.
I miss shit. I miss you just cooking breakfast for me and cuddling up with me and holding me at night and stuff. And he cut her right off like, boo, I'm gonna call you back, all right? I ain't got no time for this bullshit. Did you
And
tell?
she was so pretty. You know what?
Yeah, she's really
He's
big.
not into her like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Their season may have passed already.
it's possible.
I'm just saying it happened. You can
It
be meant to
definitely
be
possible.
together at first and then end up not being together in the end.
So, girl, I was so here for the next scene because it goes back over to the club, and Eloise is in the club playing house mom. He said, "Look," he said, "Bye." He said, "Bye, bitch."
Yes, he did.
He said, "Bye." He like Autumn. Yes, he does. But the scene goes back over to the club, and Eloise is playing house mom, honey. She is in there selling deodorant and lotion for a quarter, and outfits and stuff for $50 if you got it. Okay, if you made enough money for that night, but if not, for you, $10. Um, um, then she calls Uncle Clifford to the back, and she's ready to give him the tea. She says they can do a petition for the paint. Okay, and they have a little go back and forth about it, and Uncle Clifford looked like he was like, well, look, I ain't got a petition, nothing. I'm just gonna do this my way or whatever. But thank you for your information. Thank you for your services. Um, so Uncle Clifford goes and bails out. Where my wig at? He went. Wait, hold
Sugar
on.
Avery.
He goes and bails out.
And her wig turned up like like
Mama
it's
would have
upside
done
down.
living in the valley, bright as the morning star. He went and bailed her out. And she was like, I don't make deals with the devil. And he was like, well, I do. And basically, that's why I'm bailing your ass out. So they made some kind of deal. And we are not privy to exactly what the deal is that they made.
But we'll
But
find out.
for an official goodbye, um oh no, Autumn calls um wait a minute, hold on. Oh, she said he gonna help save the club. She gonna help save the club.
Yes, she gonna help save the club. That's what I said from the very beginning. That's what I said from the very beginning.
Right, right. I had to get down through the comments, but then Autumn goes back to the hill and she calls Andre and she says, the city is so beautiful. And he like, oh my God, you on the mountain? You on the hill?
He
You
knew
on
where she was.
yes. And she says yes, and I just, was just calling you before I leave, just to say goodbye. And then she says, goodbye, Andre.
She
And she
running him. She
yes,
running it on him
she just hangs up on him, okay?
to
And
make
so
sure he keep thinking about her. He gonna think about
yes,
her all night, in
yes.
the morning,
And
and the
so
next day. It's gonna take him a minute.
what's the fake ID dude name again?
What's the who's dude?
The fake ID dude.
Oh, man.
Man. So
Yes. He
he
go get his ankle bracelet.
He's going to get his ankle bracelet, and this is how the episode ends. He gets his ankle monitor off the fat kid, okay? And he's walking back into the store, back in wherever, and he sees a flyer with Autumn's face on it with her real
Missing.
name. Haley Was it Haley Colton?
Yeah, hey, I think that's what it was, Haley
Yeah, Haley
Colton.
something like that. Haley something.
And
It
her
was
picture.
real name and her picture, and it looked like her and everything. And it was so suspenseful that I cannot wait to see the next episode.
Right, but
Especially
she's gonna get up out of there anyway. She
yeah,
must already cut. See,
but
it
they
seems like
showed
she's
the
been
next
doing
episode.
this.
No, but they
It,
showed the next episode, and he's like, "I've been looking for you."
oh, so he is gonna find her.
He caught up with her.
No, I think he's gonna catch up with Mercedes. I don't think it's gonna
No,
be because
no,
Autumn's leaving Chuckalisa.
no. She was still at the club. She was still at the club in the next
Okay,
episode.
you
Yes,
sure?
yes. And he was
Girl, I can see.
walking.
I gotta go back and watch the
Well, you have to
thing.
go back and watch. She was still in the club in the next episode, and he said, "I've been waiting to catch up with you." Yes, yes, and that is so scary to me. That is something that is so.
Yeah, girl.
But anyways, you know what? That concludes this episode of P Valley season
Are
one.
we gonna let somebody come talk to us because you know our girl's been waiting?
Well, you know what? Tonight is really not a good night, and
They
folks,
can come talk to me. They can come talk to me. See if anyone wants to. Does anyone want to come up? Sika, Lashanta, would you like to come on and discuss this episode of P Valley?
Ty,
We'll let you guys in like we always do, and then she can go like she
we're
always
gonna
does.
go ahead and end.
Oh, Sika says she doing her hair. Yeah, you know what? I
We're
see
gonna
where you
go
coming
ahead
from.
and end
Yeah, because
this.
it's 9 o'clock. I'm ready to go. I gotta go to work in the morning.
Yes.
Right here where I'm sitting.
We have to start ending these episodes. What we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing our reviews, and we're only going to let people in on the episodes that we do that are about hot topics and things like that because I
Okay, okay. I
get
feel
to
you on that. I was just having fun talking to the girls, you know. You know, sometimes it's fun
I
talking to the
know,
girls.
but yeah, we got to get done with our reviews. And I
But
thank
yeah,
everybody so much for tuning in to this episode of P Valley Season 1, Episode 6, The Legacy. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell for your bells.
please hit the bell for your bells.
Please hit the bell for your bells.